Welcome to the Object-Oriented Concept in PHP 5 video. First, we are going to give brief description about PHP language. PHP is the most popular web development language in the world. According to estimates compiled in April 2004, there are over 15 million unique domains and almost 2 million unique IPs on the World Wide Web that reside on servers where PHP is supported and used. The term PHP is actually a recursive acronym that stands for PHP, Hypertext Preprocessor. It might look a bit odd, but it is quite clever if you think of it. PHP is a scripting language, a language intended for interpretation and execution rather than compilation, such as, for example, C. The fact that PHP is interpreted and not compiled, however, does not mean that it is incapable of meeting the demands of today's highly intensive web environments. In fact, a properly written PHP script can deliver incredible high performance and power. Starting with PHP 5, the object model was rewritten to allow for better performance and more features. This was a major change from PHP 4. PHP 5 has a full object model. Object-oriented concept. There are some basic terms in object-oriented programming. We discussed about terms in our previous videos: class, object, member variable, member function, inheritance, parent class, child class, polymorphism. Defining PHP classes. The class name can be any valid label which is not a PHP reserved word. A valid class name starts with a letter or underscore or followed by a number of letters, number or underscores, such as like Java, C#. As a regular expression, it would be expressed thus. Inside the PHP tags, we define the PHP class. Every class definition begins with the keyword class, followed by a class name. In here, you can see class name is PHP class, followed by a pair of curly brackets which enclose the definition of the class's property and methods. A set of brackets enclosing any number of variable declaration and function definitions. Variable declarations start with the special form var, which is followed by a $sign variable name. They may also have an initial assignment to constants value. The function definition look much like standalone PHP functions but are local to the class and will be used to set and access object data. Here is an example which defines a class of book type. Inside the PHP tag, they implement the PHP class. This is the class keyword and this is the class name. You can see here declaring variables. Var, starting $mark, variable name is price, and another variable is title. In here you can see 4 functions: set price, get price, set title and get title. The variable this is a special variable and it refers to the same object itself. In other object-oriented programming languages such as Java or C# had the dot operator for this implementation, but in the PHP there is an arrow operator. Creating objects in PHP. Once you define your class, then you can create as many objects as you like of that class type. Following is an example of how to create object using new keyword. To create an instance of a class, a new object must be created and assigned to a variable. An object will always be assigned when creating a new object unless the object has a constructor defined that throws an exception on error. Classes should be defined before instantiation. We will discuss about constructors in later parts of this video. Here we have created three objects, and three objects are independent of each other and they will have their existence separately. Next, we will see how to access member function and process number variables. Properties. Class member variables are called properties. You may also see them referred to using other terms such as attributes or fields. But for the purpose of this reference, we will use properties. They are defined by using one of the keyword public, protected or private, followed by a normal variable declaration. This declaration may include an initialization, but this initialization must be constant value, that is, it must be able to be evaluated at compile time and must not depend on runtime information in order to be evaluated. Public members. Unless you specify otherwise, properties and methods of a class are public. That is to say, they may be accessed in three possible situations. One is from outside the class in which it is declared. Next, from within the class in which it is declared. Last one is from within another class that implements the class in which it is declared. Till now, we have seen all members as public members. If you wish to limit this accessibility of the members of a class, then you define class members as private or protected.